Youmna.
Thank you, Linda. Today is International Women's Day, which is about recognizing and appreciating the role of women and what they bring to the world. Ending our women's series leading up to International Women's Day, we are honoring prominent Lebanese journalist May Chidiac. Dr. May Chidiac survived an assassination attempt in September of 2005 and went on to create her own foundation. The May Chidiac Media Institute is dedicated to research and education on issues of media, democracy, and social welfare. She's the recipient of many awards, including the French Légion d'honneur back in 2007. Welcome, Dr. May Chidiac. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Everybody is aware of this. You were the victim of an assassination attempt, and I want to know, what was the driving force in dealing with the aftermath?
It wasn't easy at all to deal with the aftermath. You have to face a new kind of life, new challenges, and on a daily basis it's not that easy at all. And you have to accommodate with a new style of living and force people around you who are supporting you to learn how to deal with you, because you become very sensitive, and at the same time there is a lack of independence, which makes you angry most of the time, because you cannot handle things by yourself. So it took me some time to accept what I am right now. If I may pretend that I accepted already what I am, because I still regret what happened to me, I always prefer the May that was before September 2005.
Okay. What do you think about the fact that such violence towards public figure is present today in Lebanon? I mean, it's a continuing story.
I don't know what's happening to the Lebanese society, because during the war we witnessed terrible moments. It was unsecure. We have bombs all the time, and I used to live in Gemmaise near the demarcation lines, but at any moment we didn't witness such kidnapping, personal violence against human beings. What we are watching right now is different from the Lebanese traditional mentality. I don't know if we get it from abroad, from what's happening in other Arab countries. It's not the deep Lebanese mentality. Unfortunately, it became a trend, and violence is everywhere. And if we don't need to mention now the violence against women,
yes,
since we are on the Women's Day, March 8th.
There has been a lot of violence against women. Is that what drove you to start your foundation, the Women on the... You started the foundation, and then I want to talk about Women on the Front Lines. So tell me how and what drove you to start the foundation.
After I stopped my program on TV, I wanted to continue in the media field without being a journalist anymore. So I had the idea of establishing the foundation, the May Chidiac Foundation, and at the same time the Media Institute. So it's to maybe fill the gap between academia and industry, because I used to teach at the university and to work on TV, and I knew that for the students there was a big lack between the two worlds. I decided to help them getting more facilities to find work much easier through workshops at the Media Institute. At the same time, beside the workshops, we launched last year 2 conferences per year. One is FCM, that means Free Connected Minds. It's about free speech and social media. And the other one is WAFL, Women on the Front Lines. So this week, on March 3rd, we had the 2nd edition of WAFL, and thank God, it was a big success. We had Cecilia Atias.
I attended last year as well, and I know it was a big success. You had a lot of different women from the media industry and the political field and different fields coming and giving these speeches, and it's just a good place to network. What do you know, you're a media figure yourself. What do you think is missing in the media industry in Lebanon?
Lately, there is something going wrong with the media industry. If we speak about audiovisual media, it's more about show than about content. I always consider that it's very interesting when we can join both content and outside looking. Yeah. But now there is something missing. You have good journalists, but maybe they are not in the front. But at the same time, you see other faces that are on all screens, and at the same time, you wonder sometimes if they are true journalists or they are here just for the show.
What makes a true journalist, in your opinion?
You have to be, it's a standby 24/24. You have to continue getting informed about everything related to every small detail concerning the news, so you can be aware of anything whenever you are in the studio discussing any subject or presenting the news as an anchor. So, but when you do it just to attract people to just look at you as a model, so it loses a lot of its substance. Exactly.
Did you, when you were a journalist, or even now, who do you seek inspiration from? Who do you look up to?
We were kidding before we started the interview.
Yeah,
I told you not. I'm not. I like so much Nelson Mandela, but I'm not inspired from Nelson Mandela. Sometimes, you know, I maybe now after a second thought, maybe Pope Jean-Paul II, because when he was still a priest in his own country in Poland, okay, he was peaceful. He used a peaceful way to make his voice heard, but at the same time, he was not afraid of using force in a way or another to prove that he was right, that he was defending the good cause. So it's always good to make yourself heard, but at the same time not to be a coward, not to consider that only using peaceful tools can help you reach what you are aiming to.
You think, and that's probably something that's lacking in Lebanon, that we try to reach, and I know a lot of people try to reach things, but it's not through peaceful tunes. This is something that you've experienced on a personal level and something that we still see today.
When I say not using peaceful tools, it doesn't mean that you have to use explosions, for instance, to kill somebody.
That's
like what happened to me, to silence somebody. No, that means you have to express, to be outspoken, to let others understand what you really want, not to always pray and waiting for God to help you achieving your goals.
When you say you have to go and be proactive as a woman, is what you're saying. Do you see that happening in Lebanon a lot? Do you see these women being proactive? What do you think of the Lebanese women?
Lately, women are doing a big effort. They are really proactive. They are trying to make themselves heard and to defend their causes. Now we have a lot of laws concerning women. Maybe we achieved something if we are compared to other Arab countries, maybe. But at the end, when it comes to violence against women, women still need a lot in Lebanon, because it's always about religion that is prohibiting us from getting our rights, because whenever you are voting for a law against violence against women, they change it directly, and it becomes violence against all members of family. So you cannot, because of religious considerations, you don't really get what you are looking for, because in some religions it's the man's right to educate his woman, while we consider it a very tough way maybe to make her understand what other men want.
If you had one advice for the Lebanese woman, what would it be?
Be strong, be yourself, don't be afraid, because nobody will give you what you deserve. You have to fight for your own rights. And, but at the same time, you have always to remember, men are not our enemies. If you fight for your rights, it doesn't mean you have to fight against men. We have to fight against maybe the community, the society, the old traditions, but the man is not our enemy.
Okay, and on those final words, I'm going, men not being our enemy, this is how I'm going to end it and bring it back to you. That was Dr. May Chidiac on International Women's Day. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Back to you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Youmna. This